I just noticed a lot of younger guys are always trying to like, they tag me on their TikTok or Instagram doing their 1 rep max. I'm like, that's not how you guys build tissue. You're just like ego lifting and say, oh, I can bench press X amount of pounds so you can tell your friends. Like, that doesn't really mean anything to a physique standpoint. Unless if you're a power lifter, then go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't lift heavy at all. Yeah, I just try to get the muscle pumped up, muscle connection, and get the hell out of there and go do what counts with the nutrition. Yeah, that's very interesting. So don't lift heavy.
Well, I mean, like heavy is relative, right? So you got to figure out like, hey, I want to do, a set of 4 to 7 and I want to fail, around, in that rep range. So
you go on 4 days a week?
Right now I'm only doing 3 days a week. So I just like a push day, a pull day, and a leg day. And then usually like I'll bump it up to 4. I'll do like a chest day, a back day, a leg day, and then like a shoulder and arm day.
And how long are your sessions going for?
Like 30 or 40 minutes.
Wow. Yeah. That's insane.
Yeah, you just got to do what you got to do. And then
that's so cool. Yeah. That just blows your mind, right? Because what have you changed to kind of get the size and shape that you're at now? Is it just being time, or have you changed the way you train? Are you failing? You moving forward?
So years ago, I would train like super high volume. I would go in the gym with no plan.
You used to train high volume, did you?
Yeah. So years ago, I used to do like a lot more sets. Would try to do 10 sets of 10. I would do giant sets. I would do all these different things.
How long were your workouts going for?
I mean, those workouts would probably be over an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, But once I started, when I linked up with John Quint, he changed my training. He's my best friend.
How long ago was this?
So I met John Quint at a bodybuilding show. We competed against each other. He was a super heavyweight and I was a heavyweight back in 2013. I remember I walked up to him and he was massive. And I was like, I remember I poked his shoulder and I was like, bro, how do I look like that? How do I get shoulders like that? And he just gave me this scowl look and I was like, okay, I'm gonna talk to this guy. And then like a couple months later, he hits me up on Facebook. He does like ART and all this stuff back then. And
what's ART?
So it's like active release therapy. So he did like body work and stuff on you. Gotcha. So I would drive up, it would take me like, 45 minutes to drive up to this guy, and he'd work on me like every week or every couple weeks. And he kept asking me to train. And I was like, bro, I'm not going to drive all the way up here and train. I should have started training with him earlier because, dude, once I started training with this guy, I got linked up with Westside Barbell and Tom Berry, and they were showing me actually how to deadlift, and I would learn about bands and accommodating resistance and all these things. I was telling you earlier about the reverse hyper and doing all that type of training. Like, it just transformed my physique. And then we started doing more lower volume training. So we started condensing the days of training into like 3 or 4 days a week. And then we started incorporating a lot of like mobility type of training. So we're doing like pails and rails, like isometrics at the joint level to create more space, like I was mentioning earlier. So like the more space you have, the more access to stuff that you have, so more tissues that you can train.
This is interesting stuff.
Yeah.
When you're talking about like recruiting more fibers, opening up the joint, how does somebody out there find out about that?
You can do the Ken Stretch classes. They have those online.
So Ken Stretch is it?
Yeah, so my friend John, his wife Sarah, does classes in Columbus at I think they still do it at what's that guy's name? The fighter, the immortal guy. He's a UFC fighter. I can't remember his name top of my head. But there's a gym out there. They do that, and I think they even do classes online.
Okay.
Like Regan's got tons of different sponsors. But
that's cool. Yeah. How is it doing well?
It's doing money? I mean, doing good. We've been in bit. I opened up. I had my first product last July was the first product, and then since then we've had all the ones I listed. We have like 8 or 9 products or something.
Okay. Now. And what's the goal of it? Where are you trying to take it?
Dude, as big as I can take it. I'm just trying to get in more stores. We just had a conversation with my buddy Zach yesterday about, I think it's called ASN Supplements out of Boston. It's like Steve Cardillo's company.
There's one in Australia too, ASN.
Okay, pretty sure it's ASN.
It's one of the main ones in Australia, actually.
Okay, yeah. So he had a conversation with me yesterday about trying to get stuff in there. So we have an Arsenal Subs in Kansas, my boy Caleb, and Subs Madison up in Wisconsin. There's like 3 stores there that carry my stuff.
And I was gonna say, it probably makes a huge difference. Like, you're surrounded by the people you compete with, you're connected, they've got shops, they got connections. Yeah. It probably is like invaluable, like those type of connections with what you're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So you got supplements, and then you're taking that money and investing in real estate.
Yeah, so I bought 2 houses in the past. So I bought a condo last September, and then I bought the house I live in now in April, and then hopefully I can buy another one next April. I'll use my military home loan. So I used all my military benefits to get these houses.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And that you just want to continue investing, like?
Yep. So I want to continue investing. My buddy Frank actually talked to me yesterday thinking about doing some of those Airbnb arbitrage things.
Okay.
So I'm always down to make money, man. If it makes sense to me and we can do it, as long as I'm not doing all the extra work, then I'm for it, because I got a lot on my plate.
Yeah,
doing all
I can
this stuff
imagine.
now.
Yeah.
So
are your parents like entrepreneurs, business?
No,
where does that come from?
They live. I'm from a super small town, man. We had Walmart. We didn't have a movie theater or anything. It's just that's everybody usually works at the mall. My mom worked for the what do you call it? She worked for the city, and then she worked for the state, doing like food stamps and stuff for people. Like she was like I guess it was like a caseworker or something.
Okay.
And my dad worked. He works in like a factory. But yeah, my grandparents, they both worked in factories. So I just come from like a super small town. So like it's kind of weird that like I moved out of a small town and they think that's crazy. I live out in Vegas, and they're always trying to get me to come back, but I'm like, I'm good.